Hey, shout out to everybody. I do want to say this. URL, they had Summer Madness. I, oh man. So before I get started with all of this, I don't know, like obviously they're not using Rap Grid, they use Watch Battle Live. A lot of people were hitting me up. They were having issues like trying to log in to Watch Battle Live. I think Easy even had like an issue trying to log in, because he talked about a little bit of it on Twitter and was saying like he finally got a chance to log in. Shout out to URL. I know y'all not using Rap Grid, but y'all might. I don't know. I can't tell y'all what to do, man. I can't tell y'all what to do. Y'all might want to start figuring out like how to get that website Watch Battle Live to be able to handle a lot of people coming in there, man. Because, and I'm gonna be all the way real with you, I got the pay-per-view, I got the receipt for it, but the first battle I watched the bootleg because it took me so long to get into Watch Battle Live. It was crazy. It's like I'm trying to get into Watch Battle Live, and then it's like it's telling me my access is denied to get in a Watch Battle Live. I'm like, why is this happening? You know what I'm saying? So it took me like almost 30 minutes to be able to get into you know what I'm saying, to watch it from Watch Battle Live. So I ended up watching bootleg for a minute. I ain't gonna even lie. But I ended up getting it because I didn't want to miss nothing. You know what I mean? I ain't had time to run these battles back. But I bought the pay-per-view, finally went through after a while. Please get it together with that Watch Battle Live site. It was crazy, laggy. It was taking forever. It's like, I'm getting like, you know, stuff on the screen saying that it's just, you know, like because nothing's happening on the website, it kicks you off. I don't know what's going on, man. Shout out to y'all. Hopefully y'all can get that together. Just a lot of traffic, I'm guessing. I don't know what it is, man. Please get that together. But I ended up seeing Ununice versus Arsenal. I had Ununice winning that battle clearly. You know what I mean? I thought it was clear. The first and the second round was like pretty clear. Arsenal was all right. Shout out to Arsenal. What did Ununice say in this battle? He said, rest in peace, Nipsey. Ain't nobody hitting London after this. You know what I mean? That was cool. It was a lot of Nipsey Hustle bars, London bars, all of that. But he said, rest in peace, Nipsey. Ain't nobody hitting London after this. So that was cool. Eunice also had another line in that battle. He said, this, that one leader, chest couldn't cut. It's one leader, chest couldn't cut. I thought that was dope. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to him. So I had Eunice winning that, getting the first two. It might have been the third. I didn't watch like the third, man. I was just like fighting with trying to get online. You know what I mean? But it was clear the first two. Shout out to him. Shout out to Arsenal. I think Arsenal probably just put everything into the Jazz battle. But shout out to him. I ended up watching T-Top. What was it? T-Top versus A-Ward. I did not like that battle, man. Like, I didn't like the battle. Uh, People are probably gonna like it. I didn't like the battle at all. T-Top, shot to him. His first round was like 15 minutes long, man. It was like a crazy. You remember when Rock was battling Big K and the round was just so long? You know what I'm saying? Like T-Top had one of them. But the beginning, I would say beginning to mid, T-Top first round was pretty good. But it got to the point to where people were kind of just like tired of hearing it. So the crowd was starting not to rock with him, you know, but I still gave him the first round. I thought T-Top still got the first round. Um, the second round, I felt like A-Ward might have got the second round. And the third round, I felt like A-Ward got the third round. But it wasn't, I didn't like that battle at all, man. I didn't like it at all. T-Top, he had like an angle about, he brought up the A-Ward, because you know A-Ward, I guess his brother used to deal with having like a drug issue, whatever. So he brought up like a lot of that and talked about it. So in that round, I felt like he would probably get the round, but then A-Ward came back and he had like he was talking about T-Top's mom and you know how T-Top was throwing her under the bus and doing all of this just to be popular in battle rap and all of that. I felt like A-Ward was a little bit more clever how he handled the rounds, and his structure of the rounds I thought was a little bit better and a little bit more impactful. So I had A-Ward getting the battle 2-1. He also, one of the rounds, I liked the way he ended it. I think it was his last round. He was talking to Smack, and he said that when Surf gets out, bring him to me. So he does want to battle Surf. So, and you know, Surf was talking about A-Ward's got to come to the URL to battle him. So I don't know who's gonna end up battling Surf, if it's gonna be just check for hints on these blogs. You know what I mean? But you know, I don't know if it's gonna be Mook, A Ward, Danny Myers, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a few people that Surf can battle when he gets out. If it's gonna be easy, like we don't know. We'll see as time goes on. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them. But A Ward did like surprise me, like for him to make his debut on URL. He was dissing URL. He was dissing the whole like company or whatever. He was just basically like, I stood on my morals, you know what I'm saying? I didn't fall to them, and you know, basically they didn't make him bend on anything, and he just stayed, you know, solid or whatever. But the way he did it, like he kind of dissed him a little bit, which was surprising. But you know, it is what it is. I got him winning the battle. Next battle, what was it? Was it Tay Roc versus Fonz? I think it was. Like I don't know. I think it was Tay Roc versus Fonz. Let me see. Let me scroll. Shout out to Fonz. Fonz in the first round, he said, yeah, he said, if I ask you for the money and I hear lies, Roc, they gonna hear your name on a tombstone. Like, hear lies, this person, if I hear lies, then Roc gonna, yeah, his name on a tombstone. Shout out to somebody, got a super chat, $10 donation, appreciate you, said, watch battle live servers 30 me. Like, that was bad, bro. Not to get like too off topic with this, but that was bad, man. Like I haven't experienced that bad of a pay-per-view in a long time. I don't want to like stay on that. Obviously, I'm sure they know that was an issue, but that was like real bad, bro. Like I almost did not buy like the Watch Battle Live because it was so bad. You know what I'm saying? Fonz in the first round, he said, why he running around here calling himself Dracula when everyone's stabbing caution with the wood? Wow. He said, why is he running around here calling himself Dracula when everyone's stabbing caution with the wood? Fonz was talking crazy. That was the first round. Fonz, he had some material here and there, but his first was just okay. It wasn't anything crazy. Tay Roc in his first round, you know how he screams and, hey, yo, like doing all of that, whatever, trying to get the crowd hype. He had like a Nipsey Hussle bar too. He said, this the last N-word we lure in London like Nipsey Hussle. Lauren, London like Nipsey Hussle. What did Roc say in the first? He said, knock out his sonic rings. Get hit with knuckles. You know what I mean? It was all right. Knock out his sonic rings, get hit with knuckles. The first round by them, I felt like Roc was up here. And I felt like Fonz was consistent, but he didn't meet where Roc was like at the first. You know what I'm saying? So I had Roc in the first round. I thought it was clear. I don't think there's any debate with that round. I thought it was mad clear. What else did Roc say in the first round? He said, rotisserie, I'm talking, you know, he always saying rotisserie something. He said, rotisserie, I'm talking head inside of a revolver chamber. All right. And then Fonz had an incredible second round, bro. What did Fonz say in the second? He said, how the F he the champion? We never seen a title fight. Fonz in a second, he said, must not know top 5 N-words get stabbed in London. Yo, Fonz was wilding in this. I'm gonna tell y'all about it in a minute. Fonz in a second, he said, unalive you and your man Shapeshifter. I'm trying to make sure you and your man Chester united. You and your man Chester united. Me and your man Chester united. Chester United. Ain't that like soccer team or something like that? Said, unalive you and your man Shapeshifter. I'm trying to make sure you and your man Chester united. So it was a reach, but it worked. A lot of people liked it. Fonz in a second, he said, we trying to expose all these N-words out here taking P-word, and he out here taking D-word. Yo, Fonz was wilding on you, Roc. I ain't gonna even lie. He was wilding. He said, we trying to expose all these dudes out here taking P-word, and he out here taking D-word. It's crazy. Fonz said, that N-word Fred said, I'm a boy. And then Roc said, it doesn't matter. Like the Roc. Yo, Fonz is crazy. Fonz's second was really heavy, like with them type of angles. Fonz was going in. I ain't gonna even lie, bro. Like Fonz round, he had like his round was longer than the first round, but it was really good. You know what I mean? And it's one of them rounds like, yo, Rock, I don't know what you're gonna do with this round, bro. You know what I mean? But Rock went second, and Rock didn't really say nothing in the second. It was just like an average second. I don't think he should have battled Bizzo, bro. I think he should have really focused on Fonz in order to give us like, you know, more potent. His second round was just okay. I just wrote Rock couldn't do nothing with Fonz second. And then Fonz third, he said got a watered down Rock, natural filtration. Fonz third says in the graveyard, Rock can still be the cornerstone. Fonz said in the third, way before the Dracula stuff, you had a Crip keeping you safe. You know, a Crip keeping you safe. Fonz, he stumbled in the third, and then he just gave up the third. You know what I'm saying? And at that point, I'm like, Rock's got the battle, man. He's gonna get the battle. Rock third said, how you the landlord and you in my house renting space? Tay Roc said, turn dirt into gold like James and a giant peach. Rock said, what else he said? He ain't really get like real crazy in this third, but I mean, it was clear he got the third, man. All he had to do was finish the round, but I thought he did all right in this third, so I had Rock 2-1. The second, it wasn't nothing Rock could do with Fonz the second, but Rock got the battle, man. It's clear. Then it was, I think, Shotty Horroh versus Geechi Gotti, right? Shotty Horroh in the first, he said, I turn up the music to cover up the sound of the drill. And then Shotty Horroh said, he said, you get your guns from Walmart. We got to pay for the location where it's buried. A lot of people like that. Shotty said, turn a Crip bag to he said, turn a Crip bag to a Walker's Crisp. Like potato chips, them Walker Crisp potato chips. Y'all know if y'all been in Europe what it is. Shotty Horroh said, I used to push Brown out the country, but you can't see my hat, MAGA. I mean, you know, blacks, you know, leaving America, you know what I mean? The whole MAGA movement and all of that. See what he's trying to say. He had an R8 first, right? It wasn't like super crazy. It was consistent. It wasn't crazy. Then Geechi Gotti went and Geechi said, N-word, use a B-word. You know what I mean? And when Geechi said that, the crowd was rocking with him, man. And we kind of like, you know, this is America versus Europe, you know what I mean? And we kind of hoping Geechi was going to at least give a good battle. Geechi said, he rebutted one of the lines Shotty Horroh said. He said, a racist freaking H word, you know, like honk in the car, but, you know, with the Y on it. He said, a racist freaking... So I don't believe he was trying to push... He said, so I believe he was trying to push the Browns out the country. Right? So he rebutted Shotty Horroh with that. Geechi said, I'm a Crip. All my kills been overseas. When he said that, the crowd went crazy, bro. All my kills been overseas. A lot of people like that. One thing I thought was interesting is that Coffee Brown came out with Geechi Gotti. So I thought that was interesting. Especially Coffee, she was just snitching on everybody. So I thought that was interesting that she came out with him. But Geechi in the first, he said, this your country, how come we not main eventing? That was interesting, him saying that, because yeah, it is Shotty Horroh's country. Like, how come they not main event? And another thing I do want to say, Murder Mook announced this battle, and Mook was like messing up everything when he was announcing the battle. I was wondering if Mook was drunk, bro. Like, because he was messing up where Shotty Horroh was from. He was just like all over the place, like announcing this battle. And you know what I mean? That's one thing I do remember. Like, he should not have been trying to announce that battle. But Geechi Gotti said, this your country. How come we not main eventing? Geechi in the first said, put a Shotty in front of a Shotty. It's a mirror match. We've heard a lot of those bars before. Geechi said, now, I don't know. Like, then Geechi, like, forgot where he was, bro, in the round. And then I'm like, man, it's like, bruh, you have this round right here, bro. All you got to do is like finish the round and it's done. You know what I mean? In the first, and he just like forgets where he's at. Then he starts like freestyling. I think he had like a Harry Potter freestyle, and it worked, but it was like it threw off a lot of his momentum. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people are gonna either judge the round on like whether or not he choked or not. You know what I mean? Because it was a second before he can get into the freestyle, and I'm like, man, bro. But like if he didn't choke, you know what I mean? Like you would probably give Geechi Gotti the first round, but if you're going off consistency in that round, you're probably gonna give it to Shotty Horroh. You know what I mean? Because I think Geechi did lose a lot of momentum like towards the end with that one. But you know, it's high. I gotta watch that round again and see if Geechi choked. If he didn't choke, Shotty gets the Geechi gets the first. If he did, Shotty gets the first. Second round, Shotty said, if I want to send a message overseas, I drop the K. Nice. You know what I'm saying? Battle K Shine, drop the K, all of that. Shotty in the second set, you literally 2'6", use a B word. Geechi in the second, he said, I'm not gonna read all that, but Geechi in the second said, they say if you want to take the B out of Adam, take his rib out. And then Geechi says, second, painting the narrative that Shotty doesn't care about UK. So he's talking about Shotty Horroh, like you don't really put any of the UK battlers on. You don't really battle over here. You don't, you know what I'm saying? You don't show a lot of respect to the UK. And he's trying to just paint that image, you know, to try to turn the crowd against Shotty Horroh. It was all right, but I think Shotty Horroh did like have a league out there at one point. You know what I mean? So I don't know how that worked. But Geechi's second was like really kind of like all over the place to me, like for real. You know how he gets to the yeah. I think he was probably doing too many like podcasts on Second C, doing too much, man. I don't think he was focusing on this battle. So Shotty Horroh, I felt like got that second round like mad clear, bro. It was clear, man. The third round, what did Shotty say in the third? He said, you know, when you got a hunch like Quasimodo, it's funny looking back, like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Shotty Horroh in the third, he said, as soon as I see Bay Blade, I'll pull out the plastic and spin the block. I thought that was crazy. Soon as I see Bay, like Bay Blades, soon as I see Bay Blades, I'll pull out the plastic and spin a block, like pull out the Glock and spin a block. That was fire how he said that, bro. I ain't gonna even lie. When he said that, I'm like, no! Y'all know how you watching a battle and you want somebody else to win, and it's like, man, Shotty got them lines, bro. Pull out the Bay Blade and I pull out the plastic and spin a block. Shotty, I feel Shotty probably got it 2-1, if not 3-0, bro. The battle was clear. New Jersey Twork versus Lux. Twork had like a 15, 20-minute round, bro. Like, this round was like crazy long, man. Shout out to New Jersey Twork. He said, he took the elevator, I took the lift. It's a whole nother level to these heights I'm reaching. New Jersey Twork said, you gonna leave London, go to heaven like Nipsey Hussle. Just mad Nipsey Hussle bars that night. Twork said, he told me everything healthy and died. Dr. Sebi. Twork said, they finally got loaded up in the steel yard like stolen car parts. And that, I was like, no, man. And Twork in the first, he said, toss him over the bridge like a nasal strip. Twork in the first said, shotgun on the left side like a London drive. And then Twork said, his mama crying, screaming, Jesus take the wheel, but she don't know he on the other side. Twork said, they don't want to even give you N-words rooms. I told them St. Thomas Hospital giving beds out instead of Harlem Hospital, St. Thomas Hospital. Twork said, I put loaded on a flatbed like a repossession. It was just like little lines like that. And then he went into this whole thing where he had somebody get on stage and the dude was just like standing there, I guess, being Twork. And then Twork like put on a blazer and tried to rap like Lux, but then he had like mic issues. Then he finally got the mic right, and he was like rapping like Lux, and he was rapping exactly like Lux, but I think he just like took way too long, like trying to rap like Lux, like way too long, bro. It was like a whole round of him doing that. If he would have did it for like maybe like 40 seconds or something like that and then moved on, it would have been cool. But he got to a point where he was like getting real choppy. You know what I mean? Like with it. And I'm like, no, bruh. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Shout out to Shout out to him. Loaded Lux went, and Loaded Lux said, "You still," he said, "Oh man." He said, "I get you still stealing, huh? I guess still waters run deep, huh? You even got these N-words to book us at the steel yard." And then people went crazy. Loaded Lux was like clowning Twork. He was talking about his head. He was like cracking jokes on his head. And he said the real life Raphael from Ninja Turtles with the red flag had a N-word. You know what I'm saying? He was just like, had a N-word this and had a N-word that. And he was just like joking. And the crowd was like, keep going. And he just made up a whole bunch of like fire disses to Twork, like off the top. It was like, man. Loaded Lux said, you was scared of these bars. Yeah, he said you was scared of these bars. You went and got behind some. Yo. Shout out to somebody. We got a super chat. Somebody says Shotty has an active British Battle League, Premier League, and booked Jazz and Rum Nitty and 2-on-2. Yeah, I said he had a league. Yeah, so he said you were so scared of these bars you went and got behind some. That was crazy. Loaded Lux said, T-Top bear witness. Nothing's accidental. I don't know why you said that, but shout out to him. Loaded Lux said, all you got for me is untapped potential. That kind of hit hard, like the way he said that, bro. You know how Loaded Lux be talking to people. It's like, all you got for me is untapped potential. Loaded Lux said, I thought you were well read. Blood, I'm going ultraviolet. Loaded Lux said, every time I see you flagging, you capping in word. That ain't right. Every time I see you flagging, you capping. That ain't right. Loaded Lux, a lot of people like that line. I see it all over Twitter. Loaded Lux says, Smack sent the first half soon as he... Oh, this is crazy. Loaded Lux said, Smack sent the first half soon as the cream made it. You were cremated. You know what I mean? But the way he said, it's Lux, bro. He could say simple lines like that and it could hit. Loaded Lux said, your name Twork, he said, your name Twork, I expect you to show your A word. When the B word back it up, I gotta spank him. I don't know. It's kind of like you can pause that, but the way he said it was like dope how he said it, man. Like, you know what I mean? He was cooking Twork. I ain't gonna even lie in the first. Loaded Lux in the first, he said, he hard-headed, no wonder he think he can meddle with me in his mind. I had, even though Twork had like a 15-minute round in the first, I don't know whose round was longer, New Jersey Twork's or T-Top's, because I've seen a lot of people criticizing how long T-Top's first was, but I think Twork's round might have been longer than his, because it got to a point, it was just like, man, come on, and he just kept rapping like Lux, rapping like Lux. He did. The crazy part about Twork's round is he had like some stuff in the round, but it's just when he was rapping like Lux, I think that hurt his round a lot. It was just too much. But I had Lux 1-0 clear, and the funny part about it, when Lux is rapping, I think Lux probably only rapped for like, what was it, 4 minutes? Maybe 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes, maybe. And I mean, it was enough. Like, when he was probably 75% through the round, you're like, it's enough. You know what I mean? Like, he got the round. But yeah, so Twork in a second, he said, what happened, beloved? You couldn't think of no official punches. There's a lot of official and Coffee Brown punches. Like, you know what I mean? Like lines in there. Twork said, he told us stand up N-words don't lean. Then I gave him scoliosis. So Twork is talking about Lux don't really have like a bunch of lines and stuff like that. Or maybe Lux is saying that they don't have lines like the new generations and stuff. But then he's talking about all the lines that he has and he's presented. You know what I mean? He said he told us stand up N-words don't lead. Then I gave him scoliosis. Lux in a second said, talking about Twork switching teams. Yeah, so Twork had like a okay round. It wasn't nothing crazy. And then Lux in a second, he was talking about Twork switching teams and not doing anything for Jack Boy Maine and drugs. And kind of just going through like that whole, situation of Twork just jumping around different teams and all of that. Lux in a second, he said when he first debuted, y'all was electrified. Now y'all just hoping he got them rounds memorized. And then he starts talking about how Twork chokes and, he's just like wasted potential, and the way he put everything, Lux got the second round, bro. Like he got the second. I thought the second round was pretty clear. And then Twork rapped for a little bit and he gave up. and then Lux finished out his round, like his third round. I think it was a 30. You know what I'm saying? I think it was a 30. I think the first round, some people who are super Twork fans, they're gonna probably try to argue for Twork. You can try to argue the first. The second was clear and the third was clear. You know what I mean? Lux clearly won. I don't think you can really, you know what I mean, like argue for Twork. And Lux got the third by default, but his third was actually good too. You know what I mean? It wasn't nothing crazy. Mook was on stage kind of reacting to everything, overreacting to everything, things that didn't need to be overreacted to. It's Mook drinking again. Shout out to Mook. I don't know. I was kind of wondering that whole night. Shotty Horroh did check Mook. I do want to say that, you know, he did check Mook. But one thing that was interesting, when Mook was on stage and Smack, you know, said like, yo, he just had like a war, and then Mook got on stage, like people wasn't really rocking with Mook. I thought that was crazy, especially when he just won the battle like clearly. But you know, they were gonna announce something with Mook, but they said they'll end up waiting. So I guess he's got a battle booked. Shotty Horroh was talking to Mook like, yo, when I see you, like, it's going to be a problem. So I don't know who it is. I don't know if it's going to be the, you know what I mean, the Wave. He's going to end up battling. If it's going to be Shotty Horroh, if it's going to be somebody else, we'll end up seeing. I think y'all already know who he's going to end up battling, but I ain't going to, you know, say nothing. Shout out to him. As far as the event as a whole, I think battle of the night, I would probably say it's Tay Roc versus Fonz. I thought that was probably the best back and forth. Performance of the night, I would probably, I don't know, Ununice did really good. He did really good. I was kind of, you know, I'm still on the fence about Ununice, but like, I think he did deserve to be on Summer Madness, because when you look at his past like couple years, like he's really been putting in work. Then Ununice, hold on, let me turn this on. Then Ununice, he got to Gnome, you know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me go to the house. Tesla turning off. You don't turn off on me. Then, but I thought Ununice, he did like pretty good, man. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Let me go in here. Let me go in here. I ain't going in the house. My kids in the house. Let me go in here. So I don't know. Somebody said who a matchup. I'm not gonna say. I've seen in the comment section. You know what I mean? There should be an announcement coming out soon with somebody. I'm surprised they haven't announced it yet. It's a big battle, bro. So I'm very surprised it hasn't been announced yet. Somebody said no Lux versus Ununice. Somebody said TBL definitely was better. If I look at both events, TBL had a better event. They did. They had a better event. In my personal opinion, it was better. You know, the official and coffee scrapping, that was better, man. And it is what it is. But, I mean, the battles as a whole, with the URL, is it worth it? I think this is a card that if I could not have paid for this, I would have been happier, bro. Like, because it wasn't good, bro. Like, they had... What battle was good? Lux versus Twork was okay. It wasn't a good battle. I mean, people probably gonna say it's a good battle because it's a big battle. It wasn't that good, man. Lux was good. Twork was alright. You know what I mean? But it was alright. I don't think Twork. What was it? Fonz and Tay Roc was okay. I think Fonz's second was good, but then Fonz choked in the third. And then Tay Roc had like a mid second, and then his third was kind of mid, but he won the battle by default. So I don't know, man. Ununice did all right, but I don't think the card was worth it. If I had to score it like a 1 out of 10, I'll probably give it like a 4. To be real, you know what I mean. Geechi wasn't good. I think his first round was good, but then he, you know, like he forgot his place. You know what I mean. He started stumbling and. Then he started freestyling, and he's kind of in his clips bag, man. That's what it is. You know, I don't really understand it because I feel like, and this is not dissing Geechi or nothing like that, but he don't have like many big battles left. I felt like this is like his last like real big battle. You know what I mean? Shotty Horroh is like a whole representation of Europe. You know what I mean? You would think he would go insane in that battle, and he didn't. I think the last second see him doing podcasts like every day, doing that. I think he just probably just went up there and felt like he could freestyle and win the battle with Shotty Horroh, and it didn't work, bro. And the crazy part about the Shotty Horroh battle with Geechi is Shotty wasn't crazy. I think Shotty Horroh was better in the K-Shine battle. He wasn't like that in his battle. He was beatable, very beatable. You know, so it's like... And now Shotty's going to be able to say... Shotty Horroh and K-Shine is debatable, right? I felt like K-Shine won, but then I watched it again. The second time I watched it, I thought Shotty won. So it's like, it's debatable. But he can say, like, with a debatable battle like that, like, yo, I went to America, I beat K-Shine, an American came over here, URL, my debut, I beat Geechi, and Geechi was clear. Like, he can talk mad heavy. You know what I mean? And I don't know, bruh. I don't know. That was a missed opportunity. You know, but shout out to them. I don't know what it was. Somebody said, yeah, he beat Geechi clear, bro. That was clear. Let me see if any super chats. Let me make sure I don't miss anything. There ain't no super chats in here. But shout out to everybody. I'm going to read a couple more and I'm going to get out. Somebody said, Twork definitely going to put a BTA on his next opponent. Mark my words. His next opponent is Easy. He's battling Easy, I think, October 11th. October 11th or October 12th in New York. You know, so I don't know. I mean, if he battles like that, Easy's going to win. I didn't think Easy can beat him until I just seen that battle. You know what I mean? But then it's a lot going on. Because the interesting thing about New Jersey Twork in this battle, he had a lot of, like, current event stuff, like, starting out in the second round. So I'm like, yo, did he just, like... Because I've seen Twork prepare for an entire battle, like, in the middle of the night before, you know what I mean, he battled Cortez on Summer Man. I seen him, like, walking up and down the street, like, just going over his material, like, getting the material then and preparing for Cortez. And, you know, he's been doing this for years, you know, so he had, like, a lot of the coffee material that was in there. So it's like, I don't know if he just prepared, like, last minute. You know, he was just in jail. I think that was, like, the second time he got arrested. Then you have to fly to London. You know what I'm saying? You don't, and then the time difference, you don't know, like, and I'm not giving him an excuse or nothing, but you don't know, like, if that could have affected him. You know what I mean? Like, the time difference and, like, writing everything, but I don't know. But his first round, I mean, was it first? Yeah, his first round was crazy long, man. But I don't, like, I think Easy's a little bit more, Easy can get to the point, break you down and get to the point better right now. Like, if I'm looking at, like, Easy to block Captain second versus Swamp, and then if I'm looking at the best round Twork had against Lux, which probably was his first round, like, I think Easy's second versus Swamp was, like, better than Twork's first versus Lux. The only thing about Twork's first, it just seemed like it might be better because he took a long time, like, rapping like Lux. You know what I mean? But Easy, I thought he was, like, more effective on how he broke Swamp down. So if they both battle, I don't know. I would want Easy to block his second round versus Swamp, all three versus Twork. If he could do that, you know, he got a chance. You know what I mean? But, I mean, I don't know, man. But it is Lux, you know what I mean? It's God tier type battler, man. These type people ain't easy to beat. You know, but shout out to Twork. He didn't choke really. His third was short. But he ain't really, like, choke. He stumbled a lot, though. I ain't gonna even lie. He stumbled a lot. Somebody said, $2 donation. Somebody said, what you think about Lux versus JC next? I don't think that makes no sense, bro. Being real. I don't think JC is, I don't think he's, like, loud enough. You know what I mean? Like, talking enough. You know what I mean? I don't think none of that, bro. You know, and JC be battling like nobodies all the time. It don't make sense for him to battle no JC, bro. Somebody said they wrote after official punched coffee. Yeah, it's a lot of last minute writing, man. It's just about everybody had an official bar in there. Everybody, man. But I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section below. I didn't like the event, man, and I don't like just saying the event was trash. You know what I mean? Because that ain't really good. Because they still got to make money off the event. But I wish I didn't buy it. To be real with you, I really did, man. I wish I didn't buy it. When I was first watching it, I'm trying to, like, log in. I'm trying not to miss nothing. I'm watching somebody's. I'm watching a bootleg trying to log in and buy it, you know what I'm saying? I don't miss nothing. Then the dude running the bootleg just keep talking and running his mouth. Subscribe to me, subscribe to me, subscribe to me. I'm going to shut up. Just run the bootleg. They be doing that, bro. Like, subscribe to my channel, share it to everybody, share, like, make sure everybody knows where the bootleg is. Like, do you not know once they find out where this bootleg is, it's a wrap? Do you not know that? And then I can't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm PIPERBOY 1, so I can't say nothing. I can't be like in the chat, like, shut up! Stop asking people to come in here. Then the more people coming in, his internet messing up. I'm like, where is this? I was so happy when Watch Battle Live finally came up, bro. I bought that with the quickness, bro. Yeah, man, the bootleg, y'all be running y'all mouth, bro. I'm trying to hear the bars. He was Ununice saying, he was like, but that ain't enough for Arsenal. That ain't enough. I'm trying to make like a fake Twitch account so I can go off on him. He just keep running his mouth. Subscribe to me. And when people watching y'all bootlegs out there, you know they only watching for the bootleg. They're not watching to watch your content, gang. You know what I mean? Like, we just... It's 2025. It's 95 degrees. I don't care. We watching the bootleg for y'all content, not to hear you talk about gaming, gang. You know what I'm saying? So just shut up. Let the battles run. You know what I'm saying? He made me buy the pay-per-view. I'm like, I can't deal with this. You know what I mean? Shout out there. I'm like, I'll be, if I'm watching Lux and he running his mouth. Please subscribe to me right now. Hurry up. We got 10 more subscribers to 200. These people out here. You know what I mean? But shout out to everybody. Come rate, subscribe. And URL, I bought it. I'll post it on Twitter if you want. But I had to catch that bootleg first. Because y'all ain't... Hey, Rap Grid. Shout out to Rap Grid. Don't get mad at me. Don't try to clip me. I will say this. What are y'all doing with y'all pricing model to where people don't want to deal with y'all no more? I don't understand the mind of a YN, right? I'm going to say a YN. I don't understand the mind of a YN no more. I'm older, right? If people don't want to deal with y'all pay-per-views anymore because the price is too high, why are you leaving the price high? Does that make sense? If I'm seeing people like, what's her name? QB Black Diamond. She done dealt with like a whole nother company because she didn't want to deal with, I'm sure she didn't want to deal with Rap Grid, right? Whole nother company. You got Easy to Block Captain and Chrome 23 doing a whole nother thing. That's money y'all could have made. You got URL doing Watch Battle Live. They don't want to deal with y'all. You got all these companies not dealing with y'all, and y'all, that's money. Whether it's $20,000 you can make, $10,000 you can make, $30,000 you can make. Maybe y'all need to change y'all pricing models. Why y'all want to keep not getting money? Like, I don't understand that. Does that make sense? The mind of a YN, man. I don't get it. Y'all would rather get no money than to get some money. And then if you got a company like the URL, right? They're going to have a lot of events. Why not, like, give them a break on pricing? Like, I think even ARP was talking about one time how expensive it is to deal with Rap Grid. Do y'all not understand it's expensive to deal with y'all? We as fans think it's easier to deal with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I think y'all are a little bit more, you know what I mean? The pay-per-views run a little bit better. But change the pricing models because people don't want to pay that. And that's the thing. Support black business. Y'all be overcharging each other, bro. Y'all ever go to these chicken shops and all? Y'all be overcharging, bro. I'll be like, where the Asians at? I can't. And then they end up going to them folks, bro. Because people don't want to deal with each other because y'all charge too much. What y'all want? Like how much is Air Forces, gang? Jordans. Rap Grid, all y'all gotta have Jordans on and so like, what is y'all, like, how much of y'all getting exclusive Jordans? Like, why is y'all charging so much? And then now that it creates an issue with the consumer because now we trying to log in to watch Battle Live. Their server can't handle like all of this traffic. We trying to get on there. I'm getting like denied access, and it's like what? They having all these issues. It's like, man, and then you finally get through and you watching the battle and the battle is skipping. You ever, like, if y'all watch Battle Live, first of all, they got your phone number posted all over. Dog, like, I don't care. Bad news told, everything. Your phone number is posted all over the screen. You trying to watch the battle. You trying to, like, what? Trying to see the battle. You dodging your phone number trying to watch the battle. It's like, do you have to have my phone number blasted over the whole battle, bro? Like, come on, dog. I be getting so mad. I be like, what a bootleg at? Like, I can't. This is ridiculous, bro. They're like, we got something for the bootleggers. Just put their phone number on the whole screen. Then it ruins the battle. Then, on top of that, you watching the battle and you trying to write down a bar or something that they about to say, and then it skips. Like every like 3 or 4 minutes, like it skips forward or it skips back. It's like, what is this, gang? Like, y'all, come on. Rap Grid, I know how much Rap Grid charging. It's a lot, man. I understand why leagues ain't messing with them, bro. They be want like a big percentage, like they be putting on the whole pay-per-viewers. Like, y'all didn't put the card together. Why y'all be wanting, like, I ain't gonna even say the percentage, bro. Y'all be wanting a whole lot of money, gang. It don't even make sense. Like, when somebody told me what they charge, I'm like, nah. They literally robbing the leagues, bro. Like, it sounds like they're robbing the leagues for what they charge them. That's why they ain't dealing with them no more. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. But, you know, shout out to them. I'm just a blogger. I'm one out of many. I ain't got no problems with y'all. But y'all is crazy, bro. 30, 40%. Like, why? What do you want 40 or 30%? Like, what is you doing besides filming it? Does that make sense to y'all? Like, a YN, bro. When you give a YN a business, I'm sorry, gang. They don't know nothing, gang. Let's the leagues that are working closest with us, since we're making the most money with, let's charge them 30 or 40%. You don't think like they gotta pay all these artists, they gotta pay taxes, and y'all charging them that much? Y'all is crazy, gang. Y'all is ridiculous. And then now we gotta like watch Battle Live or like some bootleg company, and then you gotta hope the bootleg company don't lose the footage or mess the footage up, or they be having like mic issues and like all like, this be crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to everybody. I'm out. Come rate, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about this. I don't mean to be going crazy on you. This is ridiculous, bro. You know what I'm saying? As consumers who have spent, Battle Rap can be like a car note sometimes, bro. We be spending like mad bread. And think about the traffic they be having on some of these sites. Y'all can be... People don't like money, bro. Like, I don't understand it, man. Sometimes adjust prices. 2025, things are expensive. You know what I mean? Adjust prices so leagues can call you. Chill out. You know what I'm saying? But I'm out. Come rate, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about that. Peace.